Righto, hello and welcome everyone to the first episode of Entitled Opinion with Klutz and Das. How are we, mate?
Okay, mate. How are you?
Yeah, look, I'm still a little bit rattled from the weekend.
Yeah, we had a bit of a big weekend, but
we did, and it was also the first week of NRL.
Yeah,
so.
we had a pretty good chat with our good mate NRL Don last weekend, and someone actually posted in the group, I can't remember who it was, but they were like, you guys should consider doing a second podcast a week. So we thought,
fuck it, let's have a go.
Pretty much.
So
I'm just going to move this call because it's annoying me there.
Obviously, our other one on the piss isn't really a sports podcast, and we tend to talk a little bit about sport on there. It's something that we're both very into, particularly rugby league. And as entitled people of Brisbane, we have a lot of opinions about the world of rugby league and sport in general. So we thought, you know, being the entitled people that we are, everyone should know what our opinion is.
Just two blokes with a couple of microphones.
Yeah, exactly. Just a couple of really, I don't know, but also lower grade letdowns as well.
Yeah, I agree. I also have shed many a tear over the Broncos, which I think makes me entitled enough to have an opinion. So
yeah, definitely. And I support the best sporting franchise in Australian rugby league, possibly Australia. So
possibly the whole world.
Possibly the whole world, definitely. So yeah, what we thought we'd do, we'd kick off with a bit of a recap of round one. So it was possibly, I think to date, this is not only the weirdest start to the year in terms of results-wise, but maybe like the weirdest round of NRL football I can remember in recent years.
How can, like what?
Like just basically because the favourites, all the favourites, or the teams that you thought would do well, or there was just a lot of upsets.
Laurie Daly tipped 0 out of 8.
Jesus. I did see something from Hello Sport during the week that said if you're not 0-5 in tipping, then you don't know anything about rugby league. And I think that was the majority of people.
I think I went 4 from 8, so I'm not too mad about that.
That's not too bad at all.
Yeah.
But kicking it off on Thursday night, we had the Panthers get up over the Sea Eagles 28-6. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the Sea Eagles. I am of the opinion that the Sea Eagles overperformed last year. I feel like they don't really have that many stars outside of Turbo, Gerbo, and Terry Evans.
I think I said it on the podcast I did with NRL Don last week that my bold prediction for the year was that Manly won't make the top 6, potentially not the top 8.
Yeah.
And I got lulled into a false sense of security when Cleary got ruled out. Everyone was like, Manly going to start favourites. So I changed my tip and I'm absolutely kicking myself. They looked at C.
Because Panthers had Sean O'Sullivan stand in for them, hey?
Yeah, that's something I was going to bring up. You know what the Broncos really need at the moment?
What?
A good half.
A good half.
They fucking let a few go.
Yeah.
Sean O'Sullivan being one of them.
Shawnee's bounced around a few clubs, and it was good to see him actually perform.
Unreal footy on a Thursday night, which I think was good. He just did his job. I think there's enough like star power in that Panthers team. All he had to do was go out there and like kick well, essentially. Yeah. And I just think he played really, really well.
Yeah, definitely.
And also fuck Manly, so upper Penrith.
Bloody oath.
I wish I tipped them.
Yeah, I tipped Penrith actually. Very happy to see him get up. I have also decided to get into a bit of Supercoach this year.
Yeah, right.
NRL Fantasy, I think it is. It's not the Supercoach one.
But the same sort of.
And one of who I thought would be an under the radar sort of selections this year would be Liam Martin. I think he only averaged about
he played well
40 points last year, and he got like 60. But I think I'm expecting him to have a really big year and probably get picked for the Blues. I love his ticker. He's just a country
so hard,
boy. Yeah. That old school toughness.
You know what's funny on the topic of Supercoach? You know how you said the Hello Sport boys put the thing up saying if you're not 0-5, you know nothing about footy? I think Supercoach is just so fucked. Like,
it's so cooked, dude.
Like, you can score like 400 points and just have like the scattest game ever.
Yeah.
And like the thing that I always used to get done by was Origin. I remember playing one year and I put like so much thought into my team. Obviously never played before, and I got to Origin and you only get like 8 subs for the season or something. I'm like, well, half my team's playing Origin, so I just won't score points this year.
It's so cool.
People whose claim to fame are like, I won Supercoach last year. It's like, cool, but like,
yeah, well, like, is it your full-time job?
Yeah.
It pretty much has to be.
Yeah, exactly right.
Pretty fucking scat. Next game was the early game on Friday, which the Raiders got up at home 24-19 against the Sharkies. Raiders performed a lot better than what I thought they would. And old mate Schneider in the halves.
Yeah.
Had a pretty ripper game.
He did.
Nico Hines looked good.
I also just wanted to flag that we had a very big weekend together. And I can't remember most of the games of footy,
Yeah.
and I haven't done little to no research.
Yeah.
So we will probably come better prepared next week.
Yeah,
and
I'm just
moving
going
forward,
off vibe mainly.
purely vibe, which
Purely
essentially
vibe.
is what this whole podcast is going to be about. Like,
Definitely.
have you ever played a game of rugby league?
No, I actually have never played a game
Neither
of rugby
have I.
league.
So
I played a lot of rugby union.
Yeah.
22 years
played a
worth.
bit of touch footy, but never rugby league.
Yeah.
So
I've always, just before we get back into the results, like I love playing union.
Yeah.
We might bring in some union stuff a little bit down the track. I don't know. We'll see what we're feeling. Love playing union, but prefer watching league.
Yep.
Can't say I prefer playing league or anything because I've never
Never
actually
tried
played
it.
it, but
Yeah.
I can't dog my clubs. That's the main reason why. But
So before anyone goes
that's why
into
we've got
this,
such a good
why
opinion.
why the fuck are you guys, you know nothing about footy? It's like, yeah, well, this is episode 1 and I'll tell you right now, I know nothing about footy. So
I have entitlement, and that looks
that's what we're doing this podcast
exactly.
for.
Let's
So.
us talk about this shit. So Raiders got up 24-19. I thought Nico Hines looked really good for the Sharkies.
Yeah, I didn't think he would. Like,
I actually didn't
playing
think
in
he
the halves.
played
I reckon
that
he's a
well in the
gun, but I
halves.
just don't think he would have played as well in the halves as what he did. So
The-
excited to see what he does.
I was like sort of surprised that I didn't think he'd play well in the halves, considering he's a Melbourne product. Some of our halves that we've had at Melbourne, as Cam Munster, Jerome Hughes, both came to the club as fullbacks.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nico was a fullback for us, and then your utility. Also had Scott Drinkwater playing up in the Cowboys. He was also a fullback. So I don't know what Craig does down there, but he just seems to be able to turn people into halves, and it's not an easy feat.
Something we were going to bring up later to talk about, but I'll just mention it here.
Yeah.
We'll delve into it a bit deeper later, but I noticed that his name on screen on Friday night was not Nico anymore. It's Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Bit of a name change. Might be a common theme.
I don't know. A little bit weird.
Very weird.
Now, next game, probably your favourite
best game of the whole
week.
round, baby.
Yeah, Broncos got up 11-4 with Big Kirk Capewell absolutely slotting the
field
shit
goal.
out of a field goal.
Field goal here.
Yeah. So good.
I think we played unreal. That Selwyn Cobbo, they need to sign him for the rest of his life. He's just a gun.
Selwyn would be playing footy on the wing for the Broncos at age 50, still
hope
scoring
so.
20 tries a season. And that's facts.
There was a few that I can't remember if it was the first or the second try that was disallowed where he ran back and threw it back inside and
Yeah.
it was a forward pass.
First
That
try to Albert Kelly,
very well could have been a try. Obviously it was a forward pass, but
Yeah.
it didn't need to be. So I think he went on well. I think the biggest issue for the Broncos is going to be who they're going to drop in the halves because I think Kelly and Billy Walters both played really well. For me, I reckon Albert Kelly's probably a little bit more similar to Reynolds than Walters. So I would be leaning towards Billy Walters, but geez, you'd be unlucky to be Albert Kelly being dropped after that game.
Pretty
He
tough.
fucking played so well.
I think Billy would be Adam Reynolds obviously had a really successful time at the Rabbits. Cody Walker and Billy, to me, are a similar sort of player in that they're attacking.
Yeah.
And
They
can,
run the
and
footy
just-
and-
they're not there to direct the game. They're there to just create something out of nothing. Billy did so well at that the other night.
Yeah.
He had a lot of doubters out there for sure.
Me
And
being one of them.
yeah, I wasn't sure how he'd go. I think he's more suited to a utility or hooker role. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they play him. But everyone stood up. I think the biggest improvement for me was that because I know a lot of time in sport they talk about points left on the field and that sort of shit. Broncos definitely left, I think, at least 18 points on the field. Josh Mansua looked terrible.
Yeah.
He looked his age out there, unfortunately. I've loved seeing Mansour over the years and think he's quite unlucky, but this, for me, would probably be his last season. He got absolutely shown up on the wing by such a young Broncos.
Got turned inside out and stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy. Selwyn was just all over him all night, but he's a freak, that bloke. But the defense was really good as well.
Yeah, I think we defended really
that was
well.
probably the biggest improvement for the Bronx.
And they conceded 4 points. So.
Yeah, definitely. Next one, Knights got up over the Roosters 20-6.
I reckon the Knights might be the smoky for this season.
We're actually saying, because we've seen the Knights are $4 underdogs or something.
Yeah.
And then
I put the same game on just before kickoff. When I saw their lineup, I was like, oh, fuck, the Knights might jag this.
We were talking about it beforehand because we were like, oh yeah, Roosters. And then they put the Knights team up and we were like, they have Ponga at fullback.
Yeah.
They've got awesome centres in Gagai and Bradman. Gagai had a Queensland-esque performance for the Knights.
Yeah.
Just throwing people off left, right and centre. It was awesome to see him back to his best in round one. But their forward pack as well. They're missing Daniel Saifidi, who is better than brother Jacob, who is starting. So they're going to have the two Saifidi boys, Clemmer. They're also going to have Fitzgibbon and Tyson Frizzell. I forgot that he went to the Knights. Kurt Mann played an awesome game at lock as well. So Knights are looking awesome. Their bench is a little bit how you going, but they absolutely destroyed the Roosters.
Yeah, they did.
They're all over Teddy as well. He did nothing.
Yeah.
So Knights are going to be really good I think they're going to go quite well.
I reckon they're an underdog this year. The same way I reckon that Manly is going to be not live up to their expectations. I reckon the Knights are like almost in the opposite spot. You know what I mean? People are like, they'll go right, but I reckon they'll go really well this year.
Yeah, definitely. Next game on the agenda was Warriors went down 16-28 to the Dragons.
Pretty good game, I reckon.
Yeah? I didn't actually get to see much of
I saw a little bit of it and I watched like the extended highlights, but there's the young bloke Tyrone was it Sloan? I can't think of his first name.
Yeah.
Just freak of nature. Ravalawa on the wing scored 3 tries, was just like running over the top of people.
Yeah.
Ben Hunt looked pretty good. Like, there's a lot of players in the Dragons team that have come from the Broncos, so you sort of got a bit of a soft spot for them. But they played well, and it was unreal to see. What's his name? Sean Johnson in back in the Warriors jersey as well. I reckon the Wars will go all right this year as well. Like,
I actually thought they'd win that game. Though I think they were $2 underdogs there, and everyone says it every year. This is like Warriors will be top 8. It's their year, but I think they're going to go quite well this year. They're missing Reece Walsh.
Yeah,
he'll be a big inclusion when he comes back.
But I didn't realise they signed Ash Taylor as well. Don't know where he fits in, but like I just saw him sitting on the bench. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, he wasn't playing, but
could be the sort of team that he could thrive in if the opportunity comes up. But next one, we had the Storm get up over the Tigers 26-16. My God, that was a bit of a heart attack.
Arsehole puckering type of footy, wasn't it, for you?
It really was.
Yeah.
We went into the break down 10-6 or 10-4 or something. Pretty crazy. Glad we got the win, but it did come at a big cost.
Were we watching that at the races?
We were watching it at the races.
I remember watching
but I didn't even know the cheese was off.
Yeah,
but
injured.
Wishart came in and played a fucking awesome game. He's like 21 years old.
Yeah.
And just controlled the game so well and played really well. But Cheese has got a broken hand, so he'll be out for a while, which sucks. George Jennings did his ACL, so there goes his season.
Christian
but
Welsh.
The biggest one was Christian.
Yeah,
and that fucking hurt, man. I saw him at the airport on TV crying.
He said, I saw an interview today. He said it was unbelievable to, basically along these lines, paraphrasing, of course. He said it's unbelievable to captain the club for the first time ever, but he's absolutely shattered that he's probably going to miss the remainder of the season. Yeah, I think they said 7 months. For busted Achilles, it's a big loss. Big loss for Queensland too. Like, he
is just the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah.
Like he's
a great bloke as well.
And I think he had statistically, we're not going to get much into stats in this, by the way. But I think statistically he had like the best game that he's ever had, or that a Melbourne forward has ever had. He had like 190 run meters, which was second most in the entire round to only the fullback from Penrith. So pretty crazy. Glad we got the win, but like fuck, I hope we get some boys back this week because also Jerome Hughes is an absolute freak.
He's so good.
And is going to win the Dally.
I was going to say one of the best players in the competition.
But he's a freak. Now Eels 32-28, a lot tighter than what I thought it would be.
Yeah,
that dude from the Eels, Sean Russell, hat trick in the first half.
Yeah.
Like,
how was
mental.
Moses' kick that hit the post from like 50 out as well?
Ridiculous.
You cannot tell me he aimed to do that though.
No.
Like Double was going dead. That was a shit kick. He
Definitely.
Got lucky.
He's
I
not.
fucking
He's
hate
not
Mitch
trying
Moses.
to do that.
I think Mitch Moses is so overrated. Saying Jerome Hughes is the best half or one of the best players in the comp. I think Mitch Moses is extremely overrated.
Yeah, I think he's very bang average.
He's solid, but he's not.
Can you imagine if he stayed at the Tigers with Luke Brooks?
Stinking.
They would be so bad together. Like the Tigers are probably in a worse position in that saying.
Hard to believe,
But yeah, fuck, Titans were unlucky there. Shout out to Pat Herbert for playing an impromptu game of hit the post.
With his dropout.
His
own corner
fucked
post.
Is that? That's a great kick if you're mucking around.
Yeah,
and you're just trying to have a bit of a fun time before training.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of a rugby league game where you're trying to
how much money do you get paid to do that? And the thing I always say, and this is probably a poor way to look at it, but think about the square meterage of a footy field.
Yeah.
How much ground you've got to land it in. And you literally can't.
You You've dropped out from the try line, on the try line. You've hit the corner post on the try line. You've kicked it 90 degrees.
You're facing front and it's gone completely sideways.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't done the full 180.
No.
You haven't done a full 360.
I don't think I could do that if I tried.
No, I genuinely could not do that if I tried. It's gone perfectly straight. It's like, that's a great kick in the right situation.
That's a history-making dropkick, really.
But not
We'll probably never see that again.
No, you won't. And you probably don't want to see that again in the middle of the game.
Not if it's my team.
But
also, quick shout out to you for writing down impromptu and still stuffing up the pronunciation.
Yeah, thank you. I sort of looked as it, I was trying to say it, and I was like, fuck, I've got mashed potatoes brain still.
We'll get into that on Friday's pod.
But yeah, that was pretty crazy. One of my mates, Traffer, actually said to me that Paddy Herbert ended his season on a shit play and he started his season on a shit play. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, remember that last game of last year? Didn't throw the pass to Fafita.
Yeah.
So that's 2 shocking games in a row. He must have some absolute rugby league head noise. Yeah. Last game of the round, probably the shittest game of the round. Cowboys went down 4-6.
I think the Bronx have Cowboys and or Bulldogs and Cowboys in the next 2 weeks. So after watching that, I'm fucking full of hope. But
bright spot, the Hammer.
Yeah.
The Hammer's going to have a big year.
He's quick as fuck.
He is, man.
You know who else is good?
He's put on some size.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, which is really bad. I'll try and find it while we're sitting here.
Yep.
The 17 who played on the edge for the Cowboys, young bloke. He scored the try. Gilbert, yeah.
I picked him up on my fantasy team this week.
He looked like he was trying, you saw when he scored that try, he got up and he was punching his chest. Like, that's what you want to see, from a young bloke, like having a crack.
The Cowboys, it's I know they're they're a rival to the Bronx, but you got to say it is disappointing to see how shit they've gone as well in recent years. Like, thinking back, even though it was a bad memory for you, the 2015 grand final, that is just peak rugby league. There were 2 Queensland teams going at it in a grand final.
And look at us now.
Going for it at the wooden spoon.
But you're so right.
You just I think we really need the Cowboys to just start playing well again.
Yeah.
They need to get some good signings. They need to just...
I think they might go all right. Chad Townsend in the halves. Chad, my lookalike, my doppelganger.
Yeah. What an absolute legend of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're going to go all right. I don't think they'll be spooners. I said on the NRL Don's pod last week, I think the Tigers are going to get the spoon this year. Once everyone starts finding their strides and their 5 captains on the field start bickering with each other about who's going to get the chat to the referee, it's just going to be absolutely fucked. Yeah. So, RIP to the Tigers season and the Tigers faithful out there. Yeah. But that's pretty much it for results. So, this week coming up, we've got the Roosters. No, we don't. Let's have a look here.
Sorry. I got distracted.
All right. Thursday night footy, we got Storm v Rabbits down in Melbourne. That should be a cracker of a game. Rabbits should come back.
You reckon?
I don't know. I think they're going to be rattled a bit, but you'd expect them to have a better performance.
Rabbitohs will be rattled. Storm will have a few players out due to injury. Yeah. Could go either way.
Yeah. I'm tipping the Storm for that one. Munster's back.
But I just imagine playing without Reynolds would just be such a big loss, but obviously didn't impact the Broncos too much.
Yeah, definitely. Friday night, the early game is Dragons v Penrith. Penrith should absolutely shit that in.
Dragons get torched there.
This will be an interesting game. This will be 2 clubs that definitely have the season on the line with this game. It's the Roosters and the Seagulls. Season
on the line in round 2.
In round 2. So whoever loses this, their season's over, obviously.
I'm going with the Warriors.
In the next game against the Titans.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I was skipped ahead a bit there.
I'm going to go the Roosters, though. I think the Roosters will beat the Seagulls.
Yeah, me too. As I said, Seagulls are going to stink. It's going to be 2-0.
What do you Titans, Warriors. So you're going Warriors?
Warriors for me, yeah.
Fuck, I might go the Titans.
Yeah, we can't just have the exact same picks.
Yeah, no, we can't. Sharks, Eels. I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot tighter than what you think it will be.
Yeah.
It's a Sharkies home game. I do think the Eels will get the chocolates, but
see, I'm not so
sure. I wouldn't be surprised if the Sharkies get up.
I might tip the Sharks there.
Yep. Cowboys Raiders is the late game Saturday night. It's up in North Queensland again. I just think, even though I think the Raiders are going to do poorly this year.
Yeah, right.
I think they're going to do quite poorly indeed, but I just don't think the Cowboys can get up there.
Yeah.
So, Cowboys need a few weeks to get it together. So I'm going to go Raiders in that one.
Yeah, I'll tip the Raiders as well.
We've got Knights, West Tigers. I think the Knights get up very easily there. And then the last game of the round, Bulldogs, Broncos. Well, you got to go the Broncos.
Broncos get it done. Yeah, Adam Reynolds on debut.
I think he's going to be absolutely
There's some tight games. I think the 275 is might be the 325 is the Warriors.
Yeah, right.
Is the $4 for the Dragons. There you go.
325 is big time overs there. So yeah, a couple of things this week. We've already covered off Paddy Herbert.
Also, I just wanted to say that tips are subject to change after that. I'll put my tips in purely based on vibe on Thursday afternoon at work. So
definitely
don't hold me to it when you see I'm beating you on the tipping comp and I changed my tips from this video.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, big shout out to Christian Welch. Hope he gets better and comes back bigger and better than ever. He's fucking 28 years old this year, so already had a couple of big knee injuries and shit. So it's going to be the big lift for him to come back. But oh captain, my captain will follow you into battle anywhere and everywhere. Now we've got another little segment we're going to do. It's Overreaction Monday.
We record this on a Monday, so that's why. Hence the title. You'll be getting it on Wednesday, but anyway.
So as I read from my Star Wars Grogu Shiny book, my Overreaction Monday would be Souths are actually folding and leaving the NRL once again after their loss to the Broncos on Friday night. That's going to come as a shock to a lot of Souths fans, but honestly, how do you come back from that? You've lost Adam Reynolds. You've lost to the Bronx. Bronx probably going to have a decent season this year, but fuck me dead. They're going under again.
They actually looked horrible, Souths. And I understand it's tough to play without Adam Reynolds, but yeah, newsflash, the Broncos also didn't have Adam Reynolds, so.
Yep. Did you have any?
No, sorry, I thought we were doing one together, but
okay.
If you have a second one, then.
I've got a second, possibly a third as well.
Okay, fire away.
Overreaction Monday, it's just whatever's overreacting in your mind. Tigers are destined for the spoon after losing to an understrength Melbourne side as well. Now, overreaction? Not really, because we all know the Tigers fucking stink.
Yeah.
So, but, Melbourne were losing. They didn't have a few of their stars, so there's that. But my last one as well, Manly season. I said before that whoever loses against Roosters, Manly, that their season's over. But Manly season is already over. They've come crashing back down to earth. They were overachievers in 2021. They had basically a team of no-name players that people get around because, I don't know, they're fans of them and can sort of put a bit of a spin on their background. But fuck me.
You know what they'll struggle with is if Turbo gets injured again. They'll be at sea.
Mate, they will get the spoon if Turbo gets injured. I rate Turbo highly.
Yeah.
But if Turbo goes, Manly are proper fucked and get the spoon.
I got so caught up in the Turbo hype pre that game. I took the special for him to score a try in the first 60 minutes.
I did too.
Free money.
I did too.
Just so silly.
Turbo and Teddy had two of the most underwhelming games out of any fullback this weekend. But I just think, fuck me. Like, the Manly pack is nothing exciting either. They're just... And you need a forward pack to win premierships, let alone games in rugby league. So, I don't know.
I also hate Manly, so I'll piggyback that.
Yeah, definitely. So, unlucky Manly. Your season's over, but it's all good. 2023 is not looking any better, so maybe it isn't all good. But,
probably about wraps us up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that bang on when we wanted to finish.
Geez, that's awesome. So
25 minutes.
Something gonna be nice and short. Just a little wrap up and a bit of fucking us giving our entitled opinions to you about the world of rugby league and probably other sports soon as well.
Get around our the tipping comp as well. If you're not in there, just send us a message on Instagram and we can send you through the link. I think there's nearly 150 people in there. So
yeah, fuck yeah.
Actually, shout out to the sheriff. I think he got 7 out of 8.
7 out of 8 is insane.
Currently leading the comp, which is ridiculous considering the round one we just had. But
yeah, absolutely fucked.
I think that's about it. Let us know what you think of this as well. Any feedback, always welcome. Unless it's bad, then fuck off.
Exactly. If you haven't listened to our other potty as well, welcome. You can jump and listen to that as well.
So we'll put these out on Wednesdays and the normal one out on Fridays as well.
Yeah, sweet. So if you're not in the group as well, join the BBB Frothies. Post all your sporting stuff in there and just other general shit. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you think. And up the fucking storm.
Go the Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Bulldogs.
Woo!